Today, from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway from Indianapolis. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence. Lawrence looking to pass on the first play. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Looking this time for Woods, and it's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Jaguars will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now following the interception, here's Newton. Well, the corner gets a hand on it, but he still makes the play. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 57 yards.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Newton, Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd. It's Newton. Under pressure, they got him again. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's Tommy Townsend on the punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. They decide against going for it on 4th and 1, maybe to the dismay of their offense, but hey, a nice consolation prize down inside the 5.
Nice consolation prize indeed. So maybe the offense is upset, but they showed confidence in their defense by punting it away.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. So that last play gives them a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Newton to throw. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Johnston. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A good gain on 1st. Has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now Cam, option left. He has enough for the 1st down on the keeper, a gain of 6. On 1st and... Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Newton. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape, and that is not going to get it done. Here's Tommy Townsend now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago, 18 carries, 81 yards.
And simply put, partner, we're witnessing one of the best offensive players in the league so far this season. What he's been doing has him 2nd in rushing across the NFL, and the top spot is clearly in sight. He's confident. His blockers are confident. He's having a heck of a year.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Now Newton. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. They fake the give. Newton. Now he'll escape to his left. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. To throw again on 2nd down. Newton throwing the out route incomplete. It's Johnston. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And he hits the upright, but it caroms in anyway. Boy, plenty of distance there as he banks it in. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
A run there on 1st down gets 3 up to the 28. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Lawrence. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Lawrence. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now Newton on 1st down. That's complete to Travis Etienne out of the backfield. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Now it's Newton here off the bootleg. On the move to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. The offense on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Flushed out right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, Newton. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Quiddy Pay. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. After the sack on 1st down, Newton. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take a team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Catch made here by Campbell. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. On 2nd and 9, Newton. Throw left side complete. That's Johnston. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now it's 3rd and 4. Newton now to throw. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he is going to have a Jags 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Play action. It's Newton. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. From just shy of midfield, Newton. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches. Newton throwing again. He finds his man, complete. It's Johnston. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. On second down, a run with Etienne. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. From the gun, here's Newton. He'll drop this one off with Etienne. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. From the 22, Newton, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Here's a handoff out of the gun. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Defensively, they rallied the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They are still in search of their first points of the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a first down. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Throw taken in by Taylor, left side. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Lawrence to throw. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football. CD, he tried to kind of lob that one in there. It looked pretty going through the air. The problem was it was in the air a little bit too long.
Yeah, that's a tough one because for that type of a route and what he tried to do and needed to do, he had to put a little air under it, and the defender was actually able to take advantage of it because it hung up there just long enough for him to get there and take it away.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will, 1st and 10. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly. I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. To throw is Newton. He finds his man, complete. It's Johnston. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is indeed good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points.
but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Well, still early in the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter. But you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm about to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Lawrence will throw. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. Hunter Henry brings it in. Now the Colts moving quickly here in the hurry-up offense. On second and very short, Lawrence. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Josh Allen. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. This offense set to begin the 3rd quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box, establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the 3rd quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
3rd down, the Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game. Newton. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Newton. He finds his man, complete. It's Johnston. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down. Back to throw, Newton. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Etienne up the middle, and he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Newton. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 26. Newton now to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Here's Newton. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Newton firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Now Newton, and that is incomplete. Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Lawrence. This complete to Henry over the middle. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. From the shotgun, Lawrence right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Dancing away at the 30. So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Newton. And he'll just get rid of it. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Newton. He'll find Etienne out of the backfield. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. And CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
25 yards that time.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. He'll get this off to Etienne. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. 2nd down and 4. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Back to throw. Newton. Open man. It's complete to Higgins. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice gain there for a first down.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 10 more there and another first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone. A touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And that one makes this a 19-point game. That time a 9-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Colts getting another possession here on offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand They've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
To throw again on second down, Lawrence. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And he'll get this to the 32. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in week 4. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He'll get that one to Taylor complete. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. Throw left side here, complete to Campbell. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Lawrence. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 31-yard line. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw pulled in by Woods. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Jaguars are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. They'll start on the ground, ETN. And now only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now it's Newton. And he's got his man on the out route. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Running out of the gun with ETN. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Lawrence's throw taken in by Ridley here. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence. The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Josh Allen able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Well, it's obvious, but I can't help but say it here. It's never a good day when the opposing defense has more sacks than you have points. The win seems likely, but this defense is still playing for something here. They see that 0 on the scoreboard, and they don't want that to change.
Now the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. Here's Lawrence. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence. And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
On 2nd down, Etienne once more. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Could not block that one any better. Everyone was accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line.
Extra point attempt to come here. And that will bump the lead up to 26. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Indy set to go on offense once more. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? and he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on third down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's fourth down. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on fourth down. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Oh, the lonely punter inside their own 20 figured for sure they were punting this away. They did not, and the move does not pay off.
You think someone put up the stop signal when he started to trot over the sideline? Nope, no, son. We're going to go for it here. Usually when you see a team do these types of things, it's because they're so dominant that they don't believe that they can get beat. This is much more of what you see in a high school game, maybe some of those mismatched college games. But in the NFL, any given Sunday is a phrase they take seriously. And guess what? That was probably going to backfire.
Out of the gun, Newton. And that's complete to ETN out of the backfield. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. On second and goal, Newton, touchdown Jaguars. Travis Etienne, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the Jaguars have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the fourth. I'm not sure what other ground there is to cover here. I mean, this offense has been amazing. Just total domination, Charles.
They've clicked so well, and if you really focus in on the offensive line, they've protected well when they wanted to throw the ball. They've moved people off the line of scrimmage when they've wanted to run it. Smiles all the way around. This offense has been really good in this one.
So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was Travis Etienne on the touchdown reception, capping the drive. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Throwing again on second down, Lawrence. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
The Jaguars getting set to go. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne, his third touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Jags add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taking it about the 1. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just have.
We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
To throw again on second down. Lawrence looking middle, and that's complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now Lawrence. Quick slant here to Woods. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
And to throw again is Lawrence. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Running the slant, that's Robert Woods. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Henry. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. 3rd and 2, now Lawrence. And now here is another interception. And the Jaguars are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Now Etienne to start the drive. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So the delay of game penalty backs him up. It's now 2nd and 7. Another tote for Etienne. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. 67 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front and it may be a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed to sleep. So for the Jags, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year, and they'll return home next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Colts, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.